What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the God of War TV show. Now, this is a few days old. I'm glad I had a little bit of a spot here to make a video like this because my initial thoughts are disappointment, and I don't know, is that like the casual kind of way of thinking about it? Maybe I'm on the wrong side, maybe I'm on the right side. It seems like people that are against the whole them doing the Norse thing, it's getting a lot of engagement on social media. I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it for the simple fact that I just don't love that we have to triple down on the newer stuff, and that's really probably where it starts and ends with me. It's why it maybe goes back to my deep biasness of like, you double down on Horizon, you double down on The Last of Us, you double down on God of War, and yet you have all these my childhood, right? These PS3 era games that are just left to rot. Maybe it stems from that, and honestly might. I'm a huge fan of the Greek saga. God of War 3, I've talked about many times, is one of my favorite games of all time. I think it continues to age unbelievably well. Not that these last two don't, okay? These are great games, and God of War 2018 is often looked at as one of the best games ever as well. Not necessarily by me. I've always actually preferred 3 more, but again, that's just me. But okay, in terms of the actual story, we know they're doing a TV show. The news is that they're going to be at least 2 seasons have been greenlit. The season 1, I believe, is going to be 10 episodes long. They're writing it right now, or they're in the middle of it. They hope to film it like maybe next year. Maybe it actually extends beyond 2026. This is a thing. I want to call it a game because I'm so in that mindset. This is a thing that's going to take a while, okay? I don't think a show comes out till like 2027, if not even later than that, okay? So we still got some time, and they haven't cast Kratos or anything, but it was confirmed over the weekend that it's going to center on Kratos and Atreus. The showrunner is a really big fan of that dynamic. We've talked about this before too. Like, he can't play the game. He's not a very good gamer, but he's watched like cutscenes, and it seems like he knows his stuff when it comes to the Norse stuff. There was a question, I think, from IGN that asked about like, will we get a peek as to like the prequel stuff? Like, does he know about the Greek stuff? And I think he says like, we'll have to see like how it goes. Kind of like wink, wink that it might happen. Is it possible that we get like flashbacks and that's how we could get it? Like, look, can this be done well? I think it can. A lot of people have a lot of very nice things to say about that showrunner. He's done some good stuff in the past. So, I want to believe this is going to be a good show. My own TV show biasness is I'm not really a big fan of adaptations of games. I think most times, if not all of the time, they're worse. Now, you do get some good ones. I actually am a huge fan of the Twisted Metal one. Fallout was unbelievably good. You can do it well. You can do it well without even adapting the source material, to be honest with you. I think both of those have the heart of the franchise, but not one for one. You know what I mean? So I can accept them. I have accepted them generally, but I'm never gonna like fully embrace it and be like, oh yeah, we need a God of War TV show. I don't think I would ever say that. And then specifically, to confirm Kratos, Atreus, and that this is going to be, I think they say season 1, at least season 1, is adapting God of War 2018. Is it obvious? Yes. It's why, maybe you could say, didn't we already know this? To be honest with you, I don't think we knew this. I think this was actually confirmed. I think we all thought it. I think when they announced the God of War TV show, everybody and their mom said there's absolutely no shot in hell or Hades that they're going to do the Greek stuff. They're absolutely only going to touch the Norse stuff. I think. I could be like doing a Mandela effect. I could be rewriting history here, but pretty sure they never actually confirmed it. We just all assumed they were going to do it, and now it's like fully, said out loud. And like I said, I really think maybe it just begins and ends with like we have to triple down on the new stuff. And I think that just it continues to send the message that they don't care about the old stuff. It's why I wanted that prequel game rumor for God of War. It's why, which we might actually get that Metroidvania style thing, but it's why I wanted like a remaster trilogy of that trilogy, or just a remaster of all of these God of War games. Like, I like a lot of this old stuff. It's a biasness for sure, but I'll continue to go back to those games are important. Those stories are important. And I've said this specifically with God of War 3, but I think the whole like Kratos always yells thing, is it like 80% true? Yes. Is it 100% true? It's never been true. Even God of War 1. In fact, I recently replayed God of War 1 for my Back to the Past channel. Kratos has always had a little bit of depth. And maybe, yes, he definitely has more depth now than ever. And I think like a well-rounded story and communication between characters? Does it work better with the Kratos of now? Yeah. But, we're kind of forgetting where we came from. Again, we keep going in circles, and I think those games are important, and it's just why can we never touch them? We're only going to touch the Norse stuff, and at best, I think we'll get snippets through, like, flashbacks. At worst, they will just, you're not going to know about it, right? Like, they're just going to tell the Norse stuff. So, I don't know. I have hope for it. I think a lot of it rests on who Kratos is, which we'll see. I don't think it would be like The Rock or anybody crazy. I think they hopefully will pick somebody really good for it, but I don't know. To lead, you're also, by the way, you're only really doing one version of Kratos. So like T.C. Carson, like that was a Kratos. There is actually a lot to him, and I think he deserves so much credit for that, which he's gotten, I think, from the fandom more and more as the years have gone on, and even the studio. But you're only telling part of it, and I think that's something that probably bugs me as well. It's not just like leaving behind the past; it's that the past actually is important, and it's like, when you do The Last of Us, you told the first game. I mean, it's a more modern game, but you told the first game. The Uncharted movie was kind of all over the place. It had elements of a couple different things, and you kind of end it leading into one almost. So it's like they're kind of going like a weird order situation going on. But I mean, like, you could do God of War 1, I think, and you'd probably, guess what? You'd probably have to change it, but is it the first time you've changed stuff? Like The Last of Us has added so many different things and emphasized different points that the game didn't, and in some ways that's made it better, in some ways it's made it worse. But they're doing it. This goes to where I am kind of disconnected, so I guess in that way I almost don't care, because I'm not going to get connected enough to be super upset. I actually did that with Halo. I was so upset of the destruction of Halo that I think I took it too seriously. I think I should just assume, like, I don't care about these things enough to get myself all worked up about it. I think that's a good, that's a good like motto to have, or mindset to have just in general. So that's kind of where I'm at here. Like, this is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I am disappointed. I would prefer they do the Greek stuff. The Norse stuff was obvious, makes sense, whatever. We'll see if I even watch it. I think, again, it really comes down to the casting, and then we'll see as we get closer and closer and closer. But I think for a lot of these TV shows, I've really disconnected. Fallout was a happy surprise. I was not expecting it to be like that. And Twisted Metal was even, I would say, maybe more of a surprise, because that actually looked bad going in. The trailers of Twisted Metal were not even good. Show freaking rocked. Fallout, okay, potential, but a big IP, big name, and they freaking nailed it as well. So I think I've been the most pleasantly surprised at these things when I'm not high on them. So like when Gravity Rush gets that movie, expectations are at the floor. If Horizon ever, the Mass Effect thing, oh my God, I would kill for an amazing Mass Effect adaptation. I'm not going to expect it whatsoever. So that way, if we get it, I'll be happily surprised. So that's kind of how I handle things. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.